guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be new, hello again. My name is Dana. Here on this channel we do all things beauty from tutorials. Tutorials, hauls, reviews, all that good stuff. Although I'm not even gonna lie, I have been slacking on the tutorials lately, but I promise some are coming. Anyways, today's video is going to be a foundation review slash wear test. I have been getting back into my decluttering series. If you guys are interested in that, I have a declutter playlist where I have decluttered like over, I think, 600 lipsticks. That goes from like liquid lipsticks, glosses, all that stuff, shadow palettes, and something else. I think I've done 3, right? But I have blushes, bronzers, highlighters, all that good stuff coming up, so be sure to stay tuned for that. But while I was going through all of my makeup, I realized, damn, I have a ton of foundation. While I do use them, I try my best to rotate them often. I've realized a lot of them haven't really had like their own on-camera time. Like I haven't done dedicated reviews on them or anything. So since I have so many foundations, and foundations are some of my favorite products, I decided I wanted to start reviewing more foundations for you guys. The foundation that we're testing today is from Physicians Formula. This is the Mineral Wear Talc-Free All-in-One Cushion Foundation. This has SPF 50. Quick side note, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a rundown of the foundation, and then I'm going to be doing the application on camera, and then throughout the video we'll come in and do like check-ins just so you guys can see how it wears throughout the day. But while I have you guys here, I just want to give you a couple of its claims. It says all-in-one ABC formula, so that's airbrushing, blurring, and correcting. One thing I will say is the color line of this is shitty. There are only 3 shades, which makes 0 sense to me. Do they not realize how many like different colors and skin tones there are? There's light, light, medium, and medium. What? So it's like if you're super, super fair, you're gonna have issues, and then if you're super deep, you're gonna have issues. Like price, this is $16.95 at the drugstore, like basically $17. But if you go to Target, if you're obsessed with Target like myself, this is $12.95. Plus, if you have a Target Red Card, 5% off. I haven't checked Amazon, but yeah, it is pretty pricey for a drugstore foundation. Inside, you get 0.47 fluid ounces, which typically with like a bottled foundation, I would say the universal amount is about 1 ounce, but cushion foundations are always something different just because if you've never seen one before, inside is a sponge that is soaked with the foundation. So here's the actual packaging, which is so cute. It looks like a tufted cushion. Then it says Physicians Formula. You pop it open, you have a sponge, and then there's always the plastic cover. There was also a pull tab here that I took off already that just keeps the air from getting in. And then inside you see the actual cushion where you press the sponge. So this one has 0.47 ounces, which is already a bit smaller than most other cushion foundations. I feel like most cushion foundations that I have in my collection are at least half, like 0.50 fluid ounces. The Laneige, which is one of my all-time favorites, this is a Korean brand, but Laneige is now sold at Target. It has been for about like maybe a year and a half. This one has 0.52 ounces, and then another familiar drugstore cushion is the L'Oreal True Match. This one has 0.51 ounces. So that was another thing. I don't know why. I guess Physicians Formula invested more in the packaging than the actual like amount of product inside. But I mean, compared to the L'Oreal, I have to say, I'm not the craziest like blue fan, but this packaging is pretty stinking cute. Now, if you are looking for a drugstore option for a cushion foundation, I'm gonna have to say L'Oreal is probably going to be your best bet just because it is the True Match line. They seem to do a lot better when it comes to the color range. You can find shades either in the cool range, neutral range, or warm range. Let's go ahead and get into the actual application. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. As I would with any other foundation, I'm going to apply a primer. I just personally like to have a primer on my face. I like to have some sort of extra layer of hydration, or if it's something that's gonna add some more luminosity and glow. This is a primer from VDL. It's a Korean brand. This is the Lumi Layer Primer. I've compared this to the Becca Backlight Primer, kind of similar. I wanna say this has more of a kind of like gel-like consistency, but I love this just because it makes my skin feel plump and just extra moisturized. And especially, what is this hair doing? Especially for this time of the year when everyone's skin tends to be a bit drier, I just like to have some extra hydration on there. Plus this stuff smells so good. For reference, I have mine in the shade light medium. There's several different claims to this foundation, some ABC formula. I've never heard of that. It says it features a proprietary ABC blend of complexion enhancing minerals, soothing plant extracts, smoothing antioxidants, and skin nourishing vitamins for moisturizing and brightening benefits that leave skin with a luminous finish. There is the UPS guy. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into this. We're going to lift this little flap. All cushion foundations always come with a little sponge. Most likely I'm going to go in with a brush or a beauty blender on the other side, but if you guys don't have access to one of those, I'm going to show you what it looks like just with this sponge. So this is my first time using it, so I'm just lightly pressing it right into the cushion. Dropping stuff everywhere. And okay, I have a huge zit right here on my chin, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not really getting the whole luminous claim. This definitely looks more like a satin or matte finish. As you can see, my neck is like super white, so we're just gonna have to blend this down. And it feels like it's drying down pretty quickly. Coverage wise, this is my more freckly side, so we'll see how this goes. With these sponges, I kind of like to do this like dabbing rolling motion and then really going in and pressing it. Right off the bat, I can say that this definitely looks like it provides more coverage than the L'Oreal one, but it definitely dries down faster. I notice more of a glowy look with the L'Oreal one. I think I would say light to medium coverage. It seems like anytime I use an actual beauty blender or brush with the cushion foundations, I get quite a bit more coverage. I realize that with the cushion foundations, they give you the sponge because it is supposed to be more of a kind of like natural look on the face. If you guys have ever watched like Korean soap operas or anything like that, it seems to be that a lot of Korean women like more of a natural flawless look, like flawless but still more on the natural side. I will say that the coverage is nice, but if you have any severe acne scarring or just like active acne at the moment, you'll probably want to go in with a second layer or with like a brush or beauty blender, as I mentioned earlier. So there is one layer. So here's this side and then this side. It definitely kind of evened out my complexion, toned down any redness and discoloration. But I really want to go in and see what it looks like with a damp beauty blender on this side. So we're going to go in with a sponge, not this sponge, but another sponge on this side. I am noticing pretty much right away that the beauty blender is definitely giving way more coverage. I'm really not seeing anything luminous though with this cushion foundation. I think the Laneige and the L'Oreal one definitely provide more of a glowy or luminous look. This is definitely drying down to like a satin or matte finish. But the L'Oreal one would stay a lot wetter on your face. This one pretty much dries down almost instantly, and it looks like it's completely transfer proof. I think I'm actually going to go in on the other side as well with the beauty blender just to add a bit more coverage. Overall though, it is pretty and it feels nice on the skin. Like it doesn't feel thick or heavy. So if you're someone who like cannot stand the feeling of makeup on your face, cushion foundations are the way to go because they just feel really nice and lightweight. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do this in every foundation video, but since this is the first one, I'm just going to go ahead and apply my concealer with you guys. These are newer products that I have, so I've been wanting to try them. This one is from Pop Beauty. It's the No Show Concealer and Neutralize. So on one side, there's like a little stick concealer, and then on the other, you have a doe foot applicator, and it kind of looks like it's like yellow and brightening, which I am all for. Oh, it's a lot thinner than I expected. I've been used to the Tarte Shape Tape, so this feels like really thin. Okay, I'm going to do that, and then right on top of it, I've never used this either. This is the Smashbox Photo Op Under Eye Brightener, so it's almost like a video of first impressions. This also has, oh no, it's on a doe foot. It's like a brush tip. I'm just gonna brush some of this on top. I don't even really know. Oh, shake well before using. Great. I didn't do that. Okay, and then just getting the sponge. Let's see how much brightness we can add to these under eyes of mine. Okay, that added some, but I feel like right here it's still really sheer. Let's go ahead and try this end. It's more of a stick concealer on this side, just because I want to add some brightness to my face. Okay, that's much better. I can already tell you I would not recommend this Pop concealer. I'm not liking the way that it's settling right here on my under eyes. I tried it like on a zit as well, and I felt like I ended up having to go in and apply even more concealer And normally I like to go in with a concealer where I can just do like a sheer application and then it's done and I'm not having to add even more on top of that. That one, I don't know, I'm not too crazy about, sad to say. So it is currently 11:52 if we can focus. Oh, there's my little Howard and Landon. Okay, so I don't really have a crazy busy day. I have to go to the grocery store, have to do some PTO things. Landon has Taekwondo, kind of just a basic day. I typically get ready a little bit earlier than this, but I don't think I'm going to do like hour by hour checkup just because I think that's, or check-in, not checkup, check-in just because I think that's a bit excessive, but I'm thinking I will do one about mid-afternoon and then one right before I wash my face, and we will just see how this foundation wears throughout the day. The only area that I set with powder, like besides like bronzer, I put on powder, bronzer, and powder blush. The highlighter is the Becca Aqua Luminous in the cream version. So not counting bronzer and blush, the only powder that I have on my face is the Urban Decay Naked Skin. I've been loving this powder. This is just in light warm. I applied some of this right in between my brows, on my forehead, and on my chin. But everywhere else, it's just the cushion foundation worn on its own without being set. Oh, and powder on my under eyes. Can't forget that. All right, so yeah, currently I guess we'll go ahead and say noon and see how this is in about 4 hours and then at the end of the day. Hey guys, so I'm in for the first check-in of the day. It is currently 4:12, so it's been about 4 hours since first applying this makeup. Now, I'm already really liking how the actual foundation looks. For whatever reason, I feel like throughout the day it has kind of gotten a bit more luminous and not quite as matte looking. I don't know if that's just like my natural oils kind of coming through. What I can tell you though is that concealer that I use, that's gonna go, is it right here? Yeah, the Pop No Show concealer. I kind of wish I would have gone in and used one of like my normal trusty concealers because my under eyes and around my nose look disgusting and crepey, and that's definitely because of this. Because around my smile lines, that looks fine, my forehead looks fine, but my under eyes and around my nose look like total garbage. I kind of just want to like wipe that off and just put on the cushion foundation on top because this is gross. But honestly, everything else I'm really liking. Like I just feel like I'm shiny, but in the right spots, at least for me. I don't know. I don't mind looking a bit like shiny, and I hate to say greasy, but I don't like looking completely super flat and matte. I do still wish I would have gone in and applied some of the like pore filling primer that I mentioned earlier because I can see pores right here. The sides of my nose, y'all, it's crusty. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but I'm going to. Look at this. Do you see that? That's that concealer like gathering in there. I've never had that issue with a concealer before. I think I am just gonna go in with a makeup wipe and actually wipe right here. Just the way it's gathering is so gross. And dab some right there, and we'll see if it's still gross and cakey like that again on the side of my nose at the end of the day. Then I guess I'm blaming the wrong person, but I'm pretty sure it is a concealer because it looks janky on my under eyes too. All right, so here is the, let me zoom you out, 4-hour check-in, and I will check back in with you guys shortly. Jumbo, everyone. We are now here for the second and final check-in. It is now 8:29 p.m. It's still the same day. I'm just like in pajama type of clothes now because we had to go to Taekwondo and then came home, was doing dishes, editing other videos, all that good stuff. I can't even lie. I'm so excited to wash my face, not because it feels gross or grimy, but just because typically as soon as I'm done like for the day, like running errands, I come home and I wash my face. So it's been killing me to keep this on for this long, especially these lashes. So we're gonna go ahead and pull these off right now because I just can't even anymore. If you're curious, these are the Violet Voss Just Slayin' lashes. Okay, so now onto the foundation. I know that looks crazy, but I'm sorry. I just like couldn't do it anymore. The foundation lasted great. I do notice a little bit of where I have dryness in between my brows. I'm gonna go ahead and bring y'all in. On my forehead, it just looks a bit crusty, but I think that's more my dry patches. I have some dryness right here from my retinol night cream, but everywhere else I think it did a great job. Now, I think I forgot to mention it in the beginning of the video, I have more normal, I would say, to combo skin. My nose and my chin, I do feel like got a bit like shiny and greasy, but everything else kind of stayed in place. I didn't really notice, oh, actually right here, maybe a little bit of breakage, not breakage, but like spreading, but that could be from me putting my hand on my face as well. I always feel like this bottom part, I don't know what happens, but a lot of times it seems like my face just eats that portion of my makeup. Overall, for the formula and longevity, it's definitely a foundation I would use again. I think it's a great everyday foundation. Maybe not one for like full glam, full coverage days, but just a day-to-day foundation. I think it gives enough coverage to where it evened everything out, but you could still kind of like see my skin peeking through, like my freckles and whatnot. So it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!